Hello students! We have already learned about frequencies in our previous videos. In statistics, frequency of any particular data shows number of times it occurs in the whole data set or number of times one particular data is repeated in the whole data. But that's not all. There is another kind of frequency called as cumulative frequency. So let's explore the basics of cumulative frequency first, and then we'll go deeper into it. Consider this situation. Your mother gives you 5 rupees as a pocket money for a week. By the end of the week, you spend 2 rupees, and so you are left with 3 rupees now. In the next week, your mother gives you another 5 rupees as a pocket money. This new weekly pocket money, along with the previous week's remaining 3 rupees from the pocket money, accumulates or gets added together and becomes 8 rupees as pocket money for this week. How did you get this? Simply, we added previous balance of 3 rupees to the current pocket money of rupees 5, and we get 8 rupees as a grand total. Let us understand this with one more problem. Look at the example of Preeti. Observe that in first week, Preeti has 4 rupees as her savings. In the second week, she has 3 rupees as her savings. In third week, she has 5 rupees. And in fourth week, she has 2 rupees as her savings. Now if I ask you that at the end of second week, what is the saving amount with Preeti? Preeti has 7 rupees of saving balance at the end of the second week. We calculated this by taking 4 rupees as a saving balance from first week and 3 rupees as saving balance from second week. Added both of them to get 7 rupees. Now similarly, if we want to calculate Preeti's saving balance at the end of third week, we add rupees 5 to the previous balance rupees 7 and we get rupees 12 as her balance, and so on. So we can say that each week some rupees from the savings keeps on increasing or gets accumulated in her piggy bank. Usually in such condition we say it is the cumulative savings or it is the accumulated savings. Thus cumulative means increasing or growing by accumulation or successive additions. So now let us see this concept in statistics also. Observe this table on your screen. It shows various classes and their respective frequency as listed. We already know that in statistics, frequency is the number of times a particular observation is repeated in the data. Just like we added savings of Preeti, in statistics also, if the frequency of the first class is added to the frequency of the second class, and then this sum is added to the third class and so on, then the frequencies which are obtained in this way are known as cumulative frequencies. For example, from our table, observe that frequency of the first class is taken as it is. Then frequency of the second class, that is 7, is added to the previous class frequency, that is 5. And we get the cumulative frequency as 12. Now to this 12, the frequency of the next class, that is 9, is added to get the cumulative frequency as 21. Again this 21 is carried forward and the frequency 4, which is of the next class, is added to get the cumulative frequency 25. And this way we repeat the process till we add up to the last class which is mentioned in the table. Now students, we can verify our result of cumulative frequency by comparing the last cumulative frequency to the total frequencies. Always remember that last cumulative frequency is always equal to the grand total of all the frequencies. As you can observe here, the last cumulative frequency that we get is 40, which is equal to the total of all the frequencies, that is 40. So we can define cumulative frequency as the total of all frequencies in a frequency distribution table until the last defined class interval. It is also called as running total of frequencies. As the name suggests, we just go down and calculate the total of each class frequencies. Now the question is, why is cumulative frequency used, or why do we have to calculate cumulative frequencies? To answer this, we can say that we find the use of cumulative frequencies in many of our real situations around us. Let us see a couple of examples. In this example 1, Rahul is the sales manager of a toy car making company. He made frequency distribution of his quarterly sales of his toy cars. His manager asked him that how many toy cars was he able to sell by the month of May. To answer his manager, he started checking his quarterly sales distribution table. He observed that his sales for month of January was 25 cars, while that of February was 40 cars and that of March was 30 cars, and so on. Now, since his manager had asked him to find the data till the month of March, Rahul added all the frequencies, that is, the number of toy cars he sold till March. So we can say that he calculated cumulative frequency till March. After calculating, he answered his manager that he sold 95 toy cars by the end of the month of March. Taking his January sales as 25 cars as it is, we then add his sales of cars. For February, which is 40, we get 65, and then taking forward 65 and adding 30 to it, we get 95. So we can say that till March, Rahul sold 95 cars in total. He also calculated his cumulative sales till the month of May and found that his total half-yearly sales of toy cars was 150. That is, he sold 150 toy cars from January to the month of May. The students' cumulative frequency is very helpful in answering some similar kind of questions in statistics. Let us see one more example, which says a cricket team records its runs in 2020 session as given below. Now we want to find out how many total runs team made before playing the finals. From the above table, we can observe that team's individual match score 200 runs in qualifying match, 195 runs in quarterfinal match, and 275 runs in semi-final match, and 235 runs in final match. We can say that the team's individual match score is nothing but our frequencies. So since we want to find total runs scored before finals, we will add up all the individual scores, that is frequency, to get the cumulative score or cumulative frequency of the team before finals. On doing that, we find that team scored 670 runs before playing the finals. So students, to generalize, cumulative frequency is the sum total of all the previous frequencies up to the current point or up to the last defined class. We can also say that cumulative frequency is the total of all frequencies in a frequency distribution until last defined class interval. And the table in which we show cumulative frequencies is called the cumulative frequency distribution table. Now students, consider the following example on your screen. It shows the cumulative frequency distribution table of marks obtained by 53 students in the test of 100 marks. From the table, can you answer the following questions? How many students have scored marks less than 10? And how many students have scored marks less than 20? Pause the video and try to think and find the answer, or else we will see the answer in our next video.